Yep. Hope you all are doing wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm really excited. I haven't live streamed in a while. I think I did one last year and it was pretty fun. So thank you all for joining me. Let me know in the comments what we should work on. I didn't have anything planned. Just wanted to get on here, hang out, make a song. My chat is funny. I have to have the iPad because I'm a boomer and I don't know how to put chat on the thing. It's all good. How are you guys doing? But what do we have here? Is that Logic? Oh my gosh. Are we gonna make a song? Crazy. How are you doing, David? I'm not a goat, I'm but a mere man. So, hope you all are doing good, genuinely. There's a lot of really cool things that I want to try and to expand on in the next year, 2025. I'm really excited for the next video that is going to be out. Will most likely be mid to end next week, but I'm just doing it a little differently and I'm excited for it. So today I have no intention on the song that we're going to make. It could be bad. It probably will be bad. What you guys don't know, or actually if you are creative, you do know. But yeah, 90% of creating is making bad things until 10% of the time you make a good thing. So I'm just gonna start with the beat, see what we come up with, and we'll go from there. So I'm just gonna start with this writing kit, which is Easy Drummer 3's Tight Room kit, just with a bunch of samples changed out. So let me know if you guys can hear that okay as well, just so we know that we have audio. David wants to know what's my go-to guitar progression. Well, if you watch any of my videos, which I know you do, I keep doing the Everlong riff. I don't know how to stop playing the Everlong riff. It's been like 3 different videos were Everlong inspired. So that is my go-to. Let's do like an upbeat indie pop song. Let's get back to our roots on what this channel was built of. Good old indie pop. Alex says, hey man, I would love to see your VST plugins. I recently started music production and don't know what virtual plugins I should first get for my first time. Makes sense, Alex. My question to you, what DAW are you starting with? Because most of the time, your DAW comes with everything that you need. If you're doing Logic, I don't need any of these extra instruments that I have here. Literally everything can be done in Logic. So I would start with getting familiar with whatever VSTs come with your DAW. And then once you've mastered those, then I would start looking at things like really popular VSTs, like Easy Drummer 3. That's like a perfect like step up drums. I'm starting with Ableton. I took a course on it for 3 months and I learned the basics. It's just time. Like I've been in Logic now for 8 years. So it's just a matter of familiarity. All right, let me track a beat real quick and I'll read comments in a second. Like something like Dayglow. Let's do like a Dayglow song. Unless all you tell me not to do that. And let me turn down the metronome a little because I know it can be loud for you guys. A little faster tempo, maybe like 130. 37. All right. Let's just start with that. And I'm gonna pull up a synth and let's just like see what kind of like chords we can get together. All right. Manuel asks, what kit is this? It sounds really good. Thank you. Appreciate that. It is, I use Superior Drummer for this, but all of these samples come from various Easy Drummer 3 parts. Like this kick is from Superior Drummer. The snares from Easy Drummer. So it's like, it's just a big mix and matchup of all kind of different samples. So I can't give you a clear answer, but. All right, so let's bring in kind of like a synth bass. Oh, I keep looking at the comments. I'm sorry. This is a lot to multitask. Last time I did a stream, I didn't have 35 people. Holy smokes. See, I don't even know what I'm clicking on now. CM Vid Productions. Hey, Trev, I can't make the stream today, but I got to send you great energy going into this for everyone. You're truly an inspiration and a light during rough times. Wishing everyone well. Matt. Oh, Matt, that was too kind. Thank you so much. Song of the summer coming up. Did I just make the song of the summer? I absolutely did. For those of you just joining, we're making a what did I say? We're doing a Dayglow song. You guys can't let me focus. So right now I'm just gonna just trying to just make something. This is usually my creative process, is just opening up plugins. And just fiddling around with stuff until... Dude, how has 2025 been, gangster? It's been pretty good so far. There it is. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. There's the riff. There's the chord progression. We got it right there. Is that too, that might be too much. Let me know in the comments if that's too much. Also, if you guys can hear, I know the music's coming through, but if it needs to be louder, just let me know. I'll try to get it taken care of. All right, so something I'm gonna do, because I want there to be kind of like a cool bouncing between notes. So I'm gonna change this to monophonic. So only one note will be able to be played at a time, and then we will change the glide. Oh, that sounds horrible going back to the bottom. So let's, I like this progression. Let's rework it. There it is. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow, wow. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know. Let's just try something. That's not it. If I if I didn't make that ending so quick, maybe that's it. How's this? I don't know. I don't know if I like it. Maybe we'll just keep building on and we'll change up the bass line. Wow, there's quite a bit of good comments coming through. Thanks, guys. How you doing? All right. Are you more looking for how the synth sounds or liking it if you fit in the drums? Yeah, I don't think it's as much of the sound, because something I'll tell you, like when I get an idea to produce it, I worry less about the sounds. Like I'm comfortable and confident with knowing how to get a certain sound quickly. For me, it's about just getting the idea down. Like I don't want to like keep tweaking. Like I know I have 10 things I want to do to this synth right now, but I would rather just capture what notes I'm trying to get down and how it flows with this drum beat versus like how it sounds. Does that make sense? Let's see, Remy Cooper. Hi man, inspired by your content and love the style. I was wondering what software have you been using recently to record screen and yourself? Is it Screen Studio? No, I'm doing OBS. So I record locally with OBS and then I'm live streaming right now with it as well. It's always just been the easiest. It hasn't broke, so I stick with it. Have you ever thought of making funk? I feel like someone has asked me about funk before and I've never heard of it. And then I checked it out and I'm like, this is awesome. So I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget it. Chat, where's a pen? Chat, somebody get a pen in this man's hands right now. Funk, P-H-O-N-K. All right, I will look it up later. All right. Please take care. Good to hear, man. This is my year, I swear. Me and my friends are really on the music stuff. That's awesome. And if I could ever, I hate offering unsolicited advice to people because, hey, I don't want unsolicited advice. But if I could offer one thing about like saying that something is your year, or if you're like doubling down on creativity, the biggest thing that I learned is to, not get so upset with yourself in the creative process, because that has slowed me down so many times. Be very patient with it. And don't forget to, I know it sounds like so simply basic to say just have fun with it. But yeah, just enjoy the process. It's so fun. It's so fun. I wish you all the best of luck. Well, Trev, your videos are also so inspiring. Like it makes me want to make something. Thank you so much. You should make something. All right, I'll read one more comment and then I'll get back to the song. Have you ever recorded with a Beta 58 mic? If so, any tips? I've been using the NT1A for ages, but it broke. Also, please do not do funk. Don't tell me what to do, Liam. I'll do funk if I want to. I've never heard of it. A Beta 58. I have not used a Beta 58. I have a Beta 57A, which I imagine is pretty much the same thing as a Beta 58. In my experience with my Beta 57, I've had to be very selective. It sounds phenomenal. on acoustic guitar. It's one of my favorite things to put on acoustic guitar because it is very reminiscent of like that. Here, hold on. I feel like I have to. It's very reminiscent of the 70s, late 60s, 70s to mid 70s guitar sound. Beta 57, no plugins. It is such a golden sound if positioned right. I have to stress this. It's such a good combination. That is all. Back to Logic now. All right, so instead of this bass doing all the bump, 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 like all the little extras in between, maybe I'll do a different bass in here, like an analog bass. Ooh, maybe something like that. If I can hit the right chords. That's it. That's it. That was really cool. I think someone asked if there was going to be guitar. I don't know, probably. I haven't thought that far yet. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. There it is. Now, what can be that little in between? We hit a challenge, guys. Let's see. So something that I do, if I'm ever stuck in a melody, that's when I'll go to readjusting the notes on the wheel. Like, I know what my rhythm is. I know that I want to do a dun, 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 like this pattern right here. But what I'll do is I'll just move it around and just find a spot for it that works. Maybe back that bum, bum, bum. Yeah, that's probably the best case for it. Ba-na-na-na. That'd be good. What? I don't even know what happened at the end of that. That wasn't supposed to happen. That's what it's supposed to be. So, all right, I need to take out this because that was really distracting. Dun, dun, dun. There it is. All right, so what I'm going to do, because these sound a little too synthy, as silly as that is to say, like they're a little too clean. To me, they're not as organic. So what I'm going to do is create a track stack, and I'm going to do two things. I think I'm going to put on this magic switch from Baby Audio, which, if you guys know me, this is one of my favorite plugins to put on anything. Like, just listen to the difference. If you've never heard the magic switch, listen to this difference. This is without. Ready? Here's the with. That's such a cool because if you're familiar with like the old Junos, they're these one switch choruses that are built into them. And this is that. Oh, it's incredible. I'm going to do one more thing. I think I'm going to play around with some harmonic distortion with the Chroma Glow. Yeah, I like that. All right, I'm going to read some comments real quick. We're at a pretty good place right now. All right. Good to hear. Oh, the energy in the song is so catchy. Thank you. Himothy? What is Himothy? Is it kind of a doubler? So it's not a doubler, but it's a chorus. The main difference between chorus, and I guess it's close to what a doubler does, but not really. It's just a chorus. Pretty sure it's chorus, except magic. Vast Bard, you got that right, my friend. All right, I'm gonna add maybe a Lindrum, and we'll do some like really cheeky, like Dayglow 80s Lindrum stuff. So this is a Logic preset. Well, I guess I could just copy over this down here. And let me remove all these. So now we have, let me move this to a snare. Yeah, that heavy snare. Should I add a hi-hat? Yeah, I'll double up the hi-hat. We'll just quantize that. There's some like, yeah, like some of those little bits sprinkled in it. Not quite that rhythm. Yeah, let's just try that. Just go simple. Something I want to mention, a cool project idea. It'll probably just be a video, but it would be really cool and fun to do it on a... Himothy means saying he's him. Oh my God, am I old? Am I old? I think I'm old, guys. But no, I was saying a really fun project I think I want to try is having like a portal for you guys to send over voice memos and producing a song out of like a voice memo. I think would be a really cool, fun idea to engage with you guys. And then I'll send you the production fee. Kidding. But yeah, I just thought that'd be a cool idea. So something that I love doing with, when it comes to like drum percussion, is having these inconsistent but consistent layers. So like, I'm just gonna open up this Lindrum, and something I just did, I layered this tambourine just on these last couple hits, just to make the progression more dynamic. So it's like this it's creating different steps, and that usually helps me get out of a rut if I find like my drum pattern, maybe it's a little boring. Throw in like a big clap, just like on a random hit. Like I'll do that with this one. Where's this clap? So I'm gonna put on like a big gated verb, like just a very 80s gated verb. So yeah, there's a lot of reverb on that. So what I'm gonna do is just throw it in kind of random. And it just makes the beat much more dynamic. I'm not good at words, I'm sorry guys. See what I mean? Like it just kind of keeps it moving a little bit. Is there any other? I think I kind of exhausted the Lindrum sounds here. I think. Let me try one more thing. There it is, yeah. So just like little stuff like that, like these little patterns that aren't consistently going through it, but it keeps the entire progression moving. Trev, oh wait, sorry, Nino is above you. Do you play the bass guitar? I do. I have a couple of them over there. I probably won't bring it out for this project, just because this synth bass is moving pretty good. But I do play bass guitar. All right, Eliram, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. Trev, my first EP is coming out in 2 weeks. Well, is there a pre-save link? Put it in the chat and everybody go pre-save their EP if they set up a pre-save EP or a pre-save link. Hello from Mexico, hello to you too. Oh, hell yeah, I pronounced it right. Can't wait to get that invoice. Here's a question. How do you know how many instruments layers to add? Does it become like a feeling after a while? 100%. Yeah, it absolutely becomes a feeling. Usually, I'm fortunate because usually in the producers that I have worked with, usually it's like they add so much that they never feel like what they're adding is enough. I have the opposite problem where I feel like I'm usually doing too much, which I think is a much better place to be in. So I think after a while and just practicing production, and one thing that you can do to practice production is to remake other people's productions. Like take your favorite music, try to remake it as close to sounding as possible. Don't do your own version, just try to replicate what they're doing. And you'll start to realize that, oh, they're probably not doing as much as you think they are. Most of it comes in just the way that things are leveled and the way that things are layered. And that's what I'll try to show with this song is like, let's get it full with only having like a small handful of tracks. So yeah, after you do that for a while, it just becomes an intuition, a feeling kind of. And it's never perfect. Like for example, today, while we make this song, am I probably going to add too much? Yes. Like it's just inevitable. But you just kind of get used to it. Being familiar with your sounds is really good too. You know what you need to pick, what needs to go where. So it's just a combination of a couple things. Elliot says hello from England. I love England. I stayed in a couple different places in England 2 years ago, and I loved it. I need to go back. All right, let me listen to this. Got an idea. Got an idea. I need like a really cheap organ sound. That might be a little too cheap. That sounds kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. That does not sound good at all. But let me just track this real quick just to get the idea. I know it doesn't sound very good. But I do have an idea, believe it or not. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Logic just added that I can I could just type in a plugin to search it. So I know, like I said, I know this sounds funny. This is not what I hear in my head. I'm just trying to get an idea real quick. Okay, all right, let me get to the idea. Maybe, so the idea, let me tell you what the idea is before I go into the whole thing. It's gonna be very 80s, very digital sounding. And then once we roll into this next part, we'll bring in some acoustic guitars and we'll make it a little bigger. It'll be like, sort of like a chorus, I guess. But let me just track this melody, right? Oh, do I need one more? Yeah, I need one more. Okay, let's try this again. So maybe that's something. There's a sound, I know it's in here. I just don't remember where to get it. So since I don't remember where this sound was, I'm gonna open up Atoms and I'm gonna show you guys a really, really cool sound in here. Reference tracks, says Rob Modus Music. Yes, reference tracks. I'm surprised at how many people don't use reference tracks. A lot of times when I make my videos, I don't show it because I don't want to get demonetized by playing someone else's music, but a lot of times I also use reference tracks. I don't know how many people do things without them. All right, I think it's Atomic Keys. Let's see how this sounds real quick. It's not Atomic Keys, it's this one. What I'm gonna do, and we're gonna layer that over this other synth. And let's do a little bit of panning. And we'll pan the other one as well. So let's play the original. So sounding too cheesy right now. Like I said, let's start getting some organic elements in the mix. And I'm gonna start with a tambourine and a shaker. Holy smokes, there's 62 people watching this. That's the most anyone's ever been on my stream out of the 2 streams I've done. That's crazy. Let me read a couple comments real quick. Damn, the magic switch really works, huh? It sure does. It's the best, I'm telling you. It's incredible. A little bit Trevor Hornvast. Anyone else getting big 80s vibes? It is 80s vibes. What exactly is the plugin doing? Which plugin? I forgot which one we were talking about. Joe Murray says, your MIDI drums are always so good. Big fan. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, what's a reference track? Sorry, I totally said reference track and didn't explain it. So whenever you're making a song, a reference track is the inspiration sonically for, hold on. Let me get into presenter role. The reference track is a sonic reference to what you're creating. I'm a big believer that not much can be done without a reference track. So like this song I'm making right now, it's very Dayglow vibes. There's a song off his album Harmony House. I think it's the very first song that's on that album. That's what I'm kind of thinking of as I make this. And if you listen to that song, the 2 sound very, very similar. That's what I'm doing here. I'm just making something from inspiration. So a reference track is there to kind of keep you in line when it comes to mixing sound selection. So like for me, I always undermix the low end. My low end is never present. I'm not necessarily that skilled in knowing where it is off the top of my head. So for example, if I were to pull up that Dayglow song and compare it to the song I'm working on right now, that is the purpose of the reference track. It's so I can see, okay, this kick drum is well mixed in the Dayglow song. How do I mix my kick drum to compete with that? And it just keeps you within sonic inspiration bounds. It keeps things leveled. It keeps the project moving. You're not necessarily stealing something from someone else. It's more so of just, hey, I admire this sound. This is the sound we're after. Level it. Hope that makes sense. Got a little glitchy when I got in by all good. I hope I wasn't glitchy. Rhythm-based authentication. Why can't I find ChromaGlow? Is my MacBook too old? Everything is up to date. That's a great question. I would double check what version of Logic you have. I would double check your system settings. But to find ChromaGlow, if you go to your plugins menu and distortion, you go to distortion, it should be there. If it's not, I would go with Apple support. And to answer your question about what Adams is doing, because I definitely didn't explain that at all. Adams is a synth plugin that has just all kind of sounds. It's from Baby Audio. There's not really anything that is specific about this. It's just a big library of very interesting sounds. Like this one I have pulled up, Back to Basics. It's like kind of plucky. But anytime I get a VST, just go through the sounds, all of them. Take like an hour and just do it. And it'll just get you familiar with them. Just, again, everything's out of familiarity. I forget that I have people who are watching me live that I have to explain things to. But I'll keep that in mind. Guys, I'm almost at 30 saves. Heck yeah. Watch, by the way, will be password in the future, highly geared toward musicians. My 3-year-old Teddy loves watching you. Thanks. Heck yeah, Teddy, what's up, dude? All right, what were we doing? Tambourine. That's what we're doing. All right. So I'm gonna, if you guys are on Logic, or really if you come across any tambourine that you're just not vibing with, sample-based, so like I'm playing tambourine on these keys here. I don't like the sound of these default tambourines, so one thing I always do is pitch them down. Just one. And it makes them sound much more realistic. I don't know what it is. It's bizarre. But let's record some tambourine. So it still sounds a little too cheesy. Sounds a little too 80s. I think we're gonna have to add in another drum set to kind of be a little more organic, or just change something that we're doing with this drum set up here. But I'm gonna add shakers before I do that. So same thing with the shakers. I usually just pitch them down a little bit, and they sound so much more realistic. I don't know what it is. You know what? What if, now that I'm thinking about it, I just want to see something. I'm going to boost the tempo up to like 150. I just want to see something real quick. All right. That sounds cheesy. I'm going to sell you guys on it. Hear me out. Hold on. All right, let's give that a try. Oh, I forgot the hi-hat. All right, hold on. It'll get better. Okay. Ah, damn it. Oh, I messed up the hit. I forgot there's a 3-year-old watching. Now I can't say cool swear words. Thanks, 3-year-old. I got it. All right, one more time. Just guys, give me one more chance to get a good take. I'm so sorry. All right, now we got some life. So I'm gonna overdub a ride. I can't think. There it is. Some of those hits didn't really make sense. Like those little snares that I threw in there, or the extra crashes. I'm gonna find snares to match that up. There it is. Okay. All right, so let me listen to this. Let me listen to this transition real quick. Okay. Intro sounds too fast. But once it gets into the song, it's not. I'm gonna read some comments and think about this. All right. Wakwar, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, says if you could choose one plugin or instrument library to buy, what would it be? Labs, Spitfire Audio. I showed it earlier. I don't know if you were around for then, but it used to be free. Now it's $10 a month. But just to show you what you get, I mean, this is like a wide, vast source of sounds. It's crazy. And plus, I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with what I do for work and what I do with production, but I make music for brand campaigns. So ad agencies will go to music houses will hire freelance composers like myself, and I will work on commercials. And a lot of times there's a big variety of commercial music, obviously. But yeah, Labs has so much stuff in here that I use commercially all the time, especially scoring to picture. Like if there's like some kind of cool, moody sound that they need, or whether it's like a drum line, like a Nike commercial. Like it has everything. It has absolutely everything. This is probably more for like cinematic production, but since that's like my main line of work, this is really important for me. So I would say Labs. That is my one and only I would pick. Let me read some other ones. Where did I leave off? You're doing great, champ. Thank you. Loving your track. I dig the stuff that you've been writing, says Scott. Thank you so much, Scott. That's very kind of you. No problem. Minus 3-year-old. All right, random question, but I always find myself in the situation that after too many audio layers, sorry, let me switch over so I'm not distracted by the DAW. But I always find myself in a situation that after too many audio layers, my Logic gets the biggest delay while recording. So if anyone knows how to stop that from happening. So a couple ways that you can make that happen. Let me go back into sharing my screen here. So if I right click up here and go to customize control bar and display, I hope let me double check that my camera isn't blocking it. I don't think it is. I can't tell. I can't look at the same time. Okay, it's not blocking it. So there is a mode right here called low latency monitoring mode. What this will do when it's engaged is it will take high CPU usage plugins and it will just disable them. So you'll still be able to play your sounds, just not at like the quality that you want necessarily. Like if you have all these extra plugins, it'll disengage whichever ones are using the highest CPU. So you can do that. You can freeze tracks. So if I go to like just any one of these tracks, right click, go to track header components, you'll see freeze. So what this will do, and I'll show you a live example. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. But if I click this freeze button, what will happen is it will print the actual audio file. So it'll like bounce it and it'll make it one audio file. So it won't use MIDI, but it'll actually be a recorded audio file. So if I hit my play bar, it'll freeze it. And then once it's frozen, it is only using this signal here as the sound. So I'm using like a fraction of the CPU that I would use if this was a plugin. So like whenever I do like big cinematic orchestral work, those VSTs that have a lot of samples and a lot of sounds and a lot of details, those are so high CPU usage plugins that as soon as I record something, I freeze it. That way it takes all the load off the computer. And then another thing, like you can get into buffer size. I don't know anything about buffer size. I'm an idiot when it comes to like the technicals. I just make music and I try to make it sound good enough to pass on. But I know that you can increase your buffer size. That'll help the CPO usage. If you guys can help them out in the comments as well, that'd be super helpful because I'm a freaking idiot. Oh yeah, someone said turn up buffer size. Let's go. Oh, look at you guys helping friends. Do you have any tips or tricks for songwriting? Not really, because I'm not a good songwriter. I'm more of a production person and I'm more of a composer. When it comes to songwriting, just write things that you relate to. Don't, and maybe you guys in the chat can help them out with songwriting tips because I'm garbage at songwriting. I am not good at it. I try to write things that relate to me, and whenever I feel like it doesn't relate to me, I find that it's pointless to write about, and because I don't know how to write about something. And I think I've mentioned that in a couple of my videos where I'm like, it's hard to write about something you don't feel connected with anymore. So just take time for yourself, find things that do connect to you, be consistent with practicing songwriting, learn. There's plenty of resources out there to learn how to be a songwriter. I don't know if I'm the person to give advice, but I just try to find things I relate to. I got punched in the mouth last night at a show. It was sick. Alex, are you okay? Poor guy. All right, I'm gonna go back to the song and then I'm gonna read some more comments. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. This is really cool. I definitely wanna do this more regularly. So thank you guys, seriously. All right, I'm gonna try to re-record this first one. That might have been it. I think it just needed the right flavor in the beginning. It was that extra bass that was flubbing it up. All right, I want to add like I guess a cowbell. Hey, POV. Hold on. This is gonna be so stupid. POV, you guys are hungry cows. That was stupid. I'm so sorry. Now you guys know why I don't live stream, and I do more videos where I'm able to take out stupid things I say. All right. I didn't like it. I don't like the cowbell. I changed my mind. I don't want it. Maybe halftime the drums with the intro. You know, I'm not opposed to giving it a shot. Let's just see. If it's a bad idea, I'm blaming you. Part of me likes it and part of me really doesn't like it. Because like I think it's a cool idea. I think it's just two completely different vibes that aren't working together right now. Let's revisit the halftime thing. If we have time to get to like a pre-chorus or like a bridge. I don't know if the halftime, not right now. Not right now. All right, let's, what should we add, guys? Should we try guitar? We should try guitar. I'm gonna go get a guitar. I'm gonna loop this without the annoying melody things in there. Let's all collectively think about this song. I'm gonna go grab a guitar. I think I just, I don't know how to mute my microphone when I do things. And I think I just burped. I'm really sorry. I should know better, but I don't. Something like that. Not that preset, but something like that. What are you guys thinking? If it's a Dayglow vibe, we gotta use the British combo. Not that much reverb. Maybe we'll put the microphone off axis a little because it's too bright. Maybe. All right, I'm gonna tune real quick and try to read some comments. All right. Not sure if you covered this already, but which audio interface would you suggest? So I had the chance to work with Audient. They sent me over the ID14. And it was a really cool relationship. They're like, we just want you to try it. Let us know what you think. If you like it enough, we want to work with you to do a video. So I got it and I loved it. It's the Audient ID14. Before that, I had a Universal Audio Apollo Twin. That's like the industry standard home studio, like nice interface. This thing is either like a third or half the price of the Apollo, and it can do everything that the Apollo can do, and it's really nice. So as far as like value and actual build quality and use, the Universal Audio stuff I love to death, but holy crap, it's so hard to set up. And anyone who has an Apollo knows how much of a nightmare it is to set it up once you get it. The Audient, you download a driver, plug it right in, you're good to go. So I would recommend really anything by Audient, but I have the ID14. I'll read a couple more here before I record guitar. If I'm too focused on comments and not enough music, you guys can yell at me. I won't mind. I'm struggling to learn guitar. It feels overwhelming. Where do I start? That's a great question. It is overwhelming because learning anything is overwhelming. Learning things sucks. It takes time. It takes effort. It's hard. You're not good at it. And it can suck. But if you remember that people that you aspire to be like, people who have inspired you, have been at that very same stage as you have at once. Like nobody's born just naturally being able to play guitar. I think having that recognition really helps push people along, knowing that, okay, I'm not where I need to be now, but I will be where I want to be one day, because you have the patience for it. So I don't want to sound like a mindset person on the internet, but your mindset and your approach to how you practice something and to the longevity of it is just as important as the actual practice itself. If you want to focus on how to get better at guitar itself, I mean, there are so many resources out there with, you know, YouTube. There are courses. There are always people at your local music shops who put their little business card on the wall, who teach lessons. Get someone to teach you. It's hard to go through a journey on your own. So if you can find a mentor, someone who can help you along that way, do that. That is the best way to learn anything. There's only so much you can do on your own. Anyway, do you ever consider putting the music you make for YouTube on a streaming platform? Well, Emerson, sorry, I have to turn off the heater real quick. It is freaking hot in here. Emerson, that's a great question, because that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm taking all of the older complete songs. I wanted to do this by the end of last year, but it didn't really work out. But essentially all the songs and videos that I make will be on streaming. There's going to be 2 albums. One is going to be called Songs from the Internet, Volume 1, which will feature the songs that aren't really tied to a specific genre. They're not really my artistry, but they'll still be on streaming. And then right now I'm also working on the current series. I'm recording an album. It's called Good Things Take Time, and it'll be done when I'm done. And once I'm done, I'll put it on streaming. All right, let me record some guitar and then I'll get back to some more comments. Thank you guys again for hanging out. This is really cool. All right, let's give it a shot. I like that I just gave so much advice about learning guitar and I just totally messed that up. There, all right, now I got it. It's out of tune. I didn't even tune it. I was too busy answering comments. Sorry, guys. Okay. Now we can move on. I don't like that guitar tone at all. God, one thing I'll tell you, I love everything in Logic except for their amp simulators. Sometimes they can really be a pain in the butt. Maybe we can, I think we can turn this thing around. I think we can make something cool here. All right, so I'm gonna double track this guitar. And let's see how it sounds. I know what the issue is. I know what the issue is. Wrong pickup. Need to be my bridge pickup. All right. This is the one right here. That was it. All right, now let's do the same thing on the right side. I'm just gonna clean these up real quick. They're a little too muddy, and I'm just gonna take out some of those. You guys hear it? Do you hear that frequency? If you're wearing headphones, you hear it. Right there. Get out of here. Got it. Maybe I'll try to do that high part too. I think I got it. Got it? Is that me out of tune? My intonation is off. I'm sorry, guys. This tuning. All right. Let's re-record that, and hopefully it'll be in tune this time. If not, I'll just shut the stream down, delete it. Okay. I'm gonna read some comments if that's okay with you guys, because there's a lot coming in. Hi Trev, didn't think I would see a live stream from you today. Ha! I didn't think it would happen either, because it was kind of last minute. More cowbell, need more cowbell. No guys, the cowbell's not happening. I've been listening to Candlelight on repeat today. It's permanently stuck in my head. Thank you, I appreciate that. What about more electronic drums? Maybe. I feel like we have a lot in there. They're just pretty buried. Like, keep in mind, this is all that we got going on with electronic drums. That's a good amount going on. I'll think about it. Hey Keith, how you doing? How do you make the Logic amps sound good? Because every time I try, they sound terrible. Well, Paige, I also have that issue of them always sounding terrible. I very much battled that a couple minutes ago. I think Logic's problem with their amps is their EQ. That is like the one thing I think that they have wrong. I don't know what it is, but on real amps, the EQ section, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. I feel like I've used enough real amps in my life to have this opinion. I don't feel like the EQ knobs on real amps are as drastic as they are in Logic, and it makes it very, very hard to fine tune. To me, like, so you have a couple different of EQ profiles that you can pick from. And what that means is like modern, like it focuses on a different mid range to focus on. To me, none of these really represent a real amp and where these things would likely be. That's my guess. I don't know what it is, but I've never been able to really get Logic amps to sound where I want to. I've always had to settle. But a couple things you could do. Like I love this boutique, however the hell you say it, British combo. This is probably my favorite amp in Logic. I would recommend starting with this and then just flipping through different EQ profiles. Definitely think about moving your mic placement. Think about the mic choice that you make down here as well. It's just a matter of different equations until you get the right formula. I thought that would sound a lot better than it did, but I too struggle with getting good Logic amp sounds. Can't have fun without fundamentals, says TF. You're gosh darn right. One of my high strings is out of tune. I agree. It absolutely is. Guitar is bringing so much energy. Wow, there's a lot of comments I missed. Hi, Trev. Would you be willing to critique some music if I DM'd it via Instagram? So, something that it's a hard subject because I offer production guidance and mentorship. So I have to be kind of selective about the feedback I give because I want it to be very quality. I just don't want to rush through someone's song. So if you are interested in me listening to your songs, send it. You can send it on Instagram. I'm not on Instagram that much. I don't really go on social media, but send it and we'll talk about it. All right, I'm just going to read a couple more and then get back to the song. Online Spitfire Labs Plus is $10 a month, but okay, so Labs is still free, but Labs Plus. So earlier I was talking about my favorite plugin library or my favorite sound library is Labs. So they do still have a free version. That's good. All right, let me get back to the song. Is it? Man, there's something that just sounds. Does that sound better in tune? All right, I'm gonna retry these guitars real quick. I really need to get these guitars set up. The intonation is horrid. There it is. All right, I gotta blast through this because I'm not getting any progress on this song. Let's bring in those drums back. Oops. And then let's add this bass back. And guys, I'm doing a really bad example of project organization. I'm usually super organized and nothing is labeled, hardly anything is colored. I'm doing bad at being a good example. I don't know how much of this song I'm gonna be able to do tonight, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Should we just record a little bit? Let's just write a little bit. Wow, it is so hot in here, guys. So I'm gonna get my favorite microphone, which is also a very cheap microphone. This is one of my favorite budget options for microphones. It is called the Samson Q9U. There it is. It's a very good alternative for like that SM7B. Guys, I need to go to bed. I'm tired. Slurring my words over here. But yeah, it's a really good alternative. It's $100 and it's also USB friendly. I don't really recommend recording USB. I got it because it was originally my talkback microphone before I got the little lav here. But yeah, let's just record a melody. Let's build a vocal chain. And yeah, let's just see what happens. So actually, I'm going to turn the lav mic off and then just do this one right here. So bear with me 1 second. Check, check. Can you guys hear me? I don't know if it's like too loud or it's probably too quiet. It's probably not loud at all. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do our good old virtual mix rack. And I'm gonna make a vocal chain real quick. And if you guys don't record with a vocal chain, I heavily recommend doing it. Because otherwise, it's very hard to get in a groove when you don't have processed vocals. So these are going to be overly slammed. I know that this probably sounds horrible. It's supposed to. We're going for slammed, distorted vocals. This is probably way too loud. Okay, I'm just gonna record a melody. And then, oh shit, this is hard. Let me put this down real quick. I did not think ahead about my decisions. Okay. Now you guys, I'm sorry. That was horrible. He didn't get to read the slide guitar part. Oh, did you say something about a slide guitar? Oh, you did. Everyone was talking about slide guitar. All right, I'll tell you what. Let me get down like some vocal melodies and I'll go back to slide guitar. Promise. I'm not going to let you guys down. All right, let me just record some vocal ideas. Okay, so that part is where we'll do sort of like a breakdown. Okay, I'm going back to the other mic now. Let me record your slide guitar. I feel like it needs a hey at the end of the... Yeah, of course it does. It's an indie song, isn't it? All indie songs... What you think it needs hay? What you think is a song for horses? What you think this is a freaking song for horses? It needs a hay? I'm looking for my slide, guys. I'm sorry. Found it. All right, so you said it needs a slide guitar. Have you prepared any ideas for what to do with the slide guitar? Because I can't just throw it in there. Did you even think ahead about this? Or you just wanted me to do things just blindly? I'm starting to think it's the second. All right, my guitar is on my lap. Let me see if I can, oh, no, other way. I'm gonna see if I can show the guitar. So I used to play this bluegrass instrument called a dobro. It's right there. And the way you play it is on your lap, like this. What the hell am I even gonna do for a slide part? Why did I let you guys talk me into this? What am I supposed to do here, guys? I don't have any. This is not. I don't know. Oh, I see what you guys are saying. Okay, I get it now. Kind of like the Rocket Man slide. I get it. I get it. I get it now. Where am I supposed to... Okay. I didn't know where I was supposed to end it. I am so mad at you guys for suggesting this. Are you happy? Are you happy that I put slide guitar in there? Because I'm doing a harmony to a slide. Are you happier? Ridiculous. What is the... Okay, let's see if I can do that. I could not. I failed. That's where I need to start from. Okay. I started from the wrong spot. If I get too hung up on this slide guitar because you guys, I'm gonna be livid. I like that. Let's see what you guys think. I actually have no idea what slide guitar is, but it sounded like a cool thing. People, you were just going with the crowd? You didn't even know what slide guitar was? And you're just like, yeah, slide guitar. You sheep. I feel like halfway through it needs a drum stab sort of thing, like a dun dun dun. I agree. When I was recording vocals, I thought that mentally, like right here, to do like, you'll see, I'll do it in a second. Very happy. Okay, good. Hayes, as long as you're happy, I'm happy. Making music online, simple slide guitar. Check out Justin Johnson or Jerry Douglas. You guys are giving me more. This is not the right notebook to write these notes in, guys. This is my habit tracker. And I don't have a, what is it, Jerry? Oh wait, I could just go back in the comments after this video, you dummy. Light Bloom, I just want to say, Trev, you are the reason I was on the verge of buying a guitar slide. Still on my to buy it list though. Okay, if you're going to buy a slide, here's what I recommend. This is a dobro slide. As you can see, it has a wood tip and a metal bottom. I have never liked playing slide like on my pinky like most guys do. Since again, I come from a dobro background. This thing is so comfortable and it's got a heavy weight, so it holds the strings just right. I don't know what this is called or who makes it, but look for a dobro slide and that might be better for you. Maybe the slide guitar in the second go like a few notes higher. No. I will not. I'm not going back to the slide guitar. Cheers from Brazil. Here is very expensive to have a Mac. Do you have any tips on producing in FL Studio with stock plugins? I don't have any tips because I've never used FL Studio, but it's a DAW. All DAWs do the same. Don't let people tell you otherwise. Like, I like Logic mainly for the user interface, and I think the sounds in there are good. It doesn't matter what DAW you're in. It really doesn't. So whatever you can get, whatever is accessible to you, that's what to get. Greetings from Sweden. Your videos, oh sorry, I should be reading these names. Hannick or Hannah K Gaming. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Greetings from Sweden. Your videos inspire me to make more music. Next week, I will graduate from my university and finally get my music and sound designer degree. Well, best of luck to you. Congratulations. That is all very exciting. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of all of you guys. Hope you know that. I'm the proud uncle. So this is where we need to start being a little different. Oh, I just realized I'm not sharing my screen. Sorry. Here you go. Okay, so here's where maybe we can do something a little different, maybe. I don't know. That was a mess. That was a mess. Let's see. Yep, there it is. All right, so now I got to figure out how to do this with the Lin drum now. I think that was the same beat. And I think what I'm going to do is just copy over all of these except for the snare and hi-hat. Guys, this may sound crazy. My brain is not working. All right, what does that sound like? So from there, you know, it'd be really cool. Like a bunch of vocals going ah, and that's where we can do the hey thing, the horse thing that you wanted to do earlier. Viewer who recommended that. Yeah, that would be cool. I don't think you guys want to watch me record like 20 vocals. I'm gonna do one more thing though, because we're not gonna produce an entire song on this live stream, unfortunately. I mainly just wanted to hang out with you guys and get chat to record gang vocals. Guys. That would be really cool. That would be really cool. If everyone just sent me samples. All right, this is your assignment. If you guys are serious about this, if you guys are serious about getting chat to record gang vocals, everybody send me a sample of them for, let's see, we're at 40. Everyone send me, you feel free to DM me on Instagram. If you guys are serious about this, and if I get enough people to do it, I will continue this. Send me a 6-second audio voice sample of you going, ah. If I got enough people to do that, because my intention with this song tonight, I'm probably not going to do anything with this other than just keep it in my production catalog. If I got enough people to do that, I will keep working on the song. Well, you don't have to do it right now. You don't, whenever you get time to do it, when you're comfortable, when you're ready, send it over. And then if I get enough, I will do another live stream of this song and we will put it all together. I will have words written. I'll have everything done for it. Now it's on you guys. Something I am gonna do that I think is missing is a nice big synth, a nice big retro synth. Hold on, I'm not used to reading chat. I'm not a streamer. So I just like look at the thing and forget I have to read it out loud. We could DM you right now. Do it. I probably won't open my DMs, but I'm telling you, if I get enough people, we'll do it. All right. If I do it now, will you put it in the session on stream? No, I won't. I won't. That's too much work to do right now. But if you do it, I'll either thank you for it, and if enough other people do it, we'll all do it together. There we go. You guys know what I'm gonna do, right? Yeah, we're putting the magic switch on. Yeah. Oh, I hit the wrong chord. You know what? Actually, I was wrong. It doesn't need that synth there. It's got enough with the guitars, especially these. That's cool. I like it. I'm thinking. Like, I know the song needs to be written, but I'm not gonna write on stream. I'm just not that comfortable. I think I'm gonna call it there, to be honest. It's been fun. This has been really fun. I need to do this more regularly. You guys are really fun to hang out with. Is your name pronounced Brian Barvid? I hope I'm not mispronouncing that. I love your videos, dude. Best channel to see insight about music creation. I'm getting started making my own music, and you're like the first person I've subbed music related. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. DJ Umir, F it, I'm in. What we singing? So, sing. It's 6 seconds. If you guys want in on the project, and I will do it on another stream if I get enough, just send me a 6-second voice recording of you going, like you're about to crank the Soulja Boy is basically what I need. I want the magic switch at my funeral. How about a 12 string? I'll tell you what. This is what we'll do, because I'm getting hot and tired. Next week, what are you guys doing next week? Oops, I hit the wrong screen. Next week, maybe we do another stream where we take what everyone sent in, and I'll get it added, and I'll do the vocals and the acoustic guitars. Does that sound like a fair trade? I think it sounds like a fair trade. Man, you helped me. Del Wolf in it says, man, you helped me start writing again after I fell into a songwriter slump. That's awesome. I'm glad you were able to find it. Lightroom, you told me to crank the Soulja Boy. I shall give you the acapella cover of Crank That. I mean, yeah. That's what I'm asking for. Deal. Okay, so you guys are... It needs a super saw. It does need a super saw. I just don't know how the song... All right, let me go back in the DAW one more time. While I am finding a saw sound, if you guys have any production questions you want to ask, because I need a break from making this. I'm too hot in my office right now. But yeah, if you have any production questions or questions about music, or just anything. Oh, heck yeah. Got a freaking Creator Kitchen member. Thanks, Vast Bard. I appreciate that. That's awesome. If you guys didn't know, I have a community called the Creator Kitchen where I cannot focus on two things at once. We have a community called the Creator Kitchen where with each video, I do a production breakdown, pretty much go over every single plugin and every single thought process that is used in the song itself. There are a couple available. I just recorded another one today for an older song. The video that got like my most views that I think most of you came from. So I'm gonna try that, have that posted by this weekend. But yeah, if you want to join, there is that. I don't use saws, so I don't know where to search. Maybe I'll just do a general search because I never use saws in my music. Ew. That's what you suggested? Oh. What kind of saw are we talking? A super saw. Oh, this? Holy shit, is that what you want? That sounds like a rave. I'm not putting that in that song. That sounds like a... It sounds like... Put your hands up! Oh, we should make a Pitbull song. My wife would love that. She loves Pitbull. Yeah, I'm not putting a super saw in there. Are you crazy? That'd be way too intense. All right. Let's read some of the last comments and then we'll call it a night. All right. DJ Umair, I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. What goes in your master bus? Whenever I'm working on projects, nothing. I keep my master bus empty, but depending on where I'm sending it to, actually, shit, let me go back in the Logic. So if it's all dependent case by case for project because there's a couple I really like. For example, Analog Obsession, they have quite a few plugins that I like to put on my master bus. Usually I start with this plugin called the OAQ. And this is just to get some very light EQ, just to clean up some overall general frequencies. Everything when I use this plugin is very, very subtle. So I don't go like crazy overboard with it. Then get out of here. No, get out of here, Logic Mastering. I wish they would move it down. I always accidentally click on it. I never used Logic Mastering. I think that their auto mastering is trash. And I mean that respectfully. It needs more time. All right, so the OAQ, then I use, I think it's this one. Yeah. So this is kind of like that SSL bus compression. I always run these in parallel, so at 50%. And I just do some light compression, nothing I do in the mastering process is ever extreme. Because the idea when we're producing is to produce as if mixing were not an object, as if it were not a thing. So usually I don't have to spend too much time mastering, at least for my personal preference. But yeah, I put on this bus compressor, just to bring everything a little more together. And then the second to last step is, let me just type it in. I talk about this plugin a lot. It is called the Master Desk by Brainworks. And this is like my, my big cohesion plugin. This thing pushes everything together in such a pleasing way and it elevates the mix. Like here, I'll do this. How about I do this? I'll show you what difference this plugin makes and I'll go through it right now. Let me just loop this. If you're listening on headphones, I advise that you might want to turn this down just a little bit because it's about to get a little louder. So I apologize for that in advance. So. I have these 4 compressor modes. Basically, the higher the number is, the more aggressive the compressor itself is. I usually do 1 because on my master, I don't want to overcompress anything. For my compressor mix on this plugin, the lowest I can go is 86. So meaning that 86% of my signal is compressed, and the rest is just my dry signal that's being blended in. I always put up the de-esser. I like putting a de-esser on my master. It's there for a reason on this plugin because a lot of times there's some harsh frequencies that come through and can just ruin your mix. And this de-esser, I don't know what frequency it is set at. It hardly ever goes off. It just catches the slightest, harshest frequencies. So what we could do now is we can go to these resonant filters right here. So let's go ahead and play it. So I can actually listen to what's being taken out. I never use the high cleanup filters because I never thought they sounded good. Then you can adjust your overall tone, your bass, mid, and treble. I don't touch this because that's what my OAQ, this EQ is for. And then I don't really touch the foundation unless it's like too bass heavy. Then I just bring the foundation a little back. This is what's called a tilt EQ. So instead of it being like high or low, this will shift your entire frequency spectrum with it. So if you want to take out the lows, it compensates the mid-range. So you're not like, I'm horrible at explaining tilt EQ. Google it. I'm sorry. I've never had to explain tilt EQ and it's hard sometimes. Then you have a Monomaker. So what this does, and this is my understanding of the science. If any of you know the science and I'm wrong, don't say anything, let me feel right. But what a Monomaker does is you set which frequency. So for example, the highest I can set this to is 300. So anything 300 hertz and below is squished into mono. And the reason why you want to do that is because when you have stereo bass frequencies, bass and lower frequencies move in a wave much slower. So when you have those spread out, they start colliding and they start having phasing issues. So you want to bring those mono. If I'm wrong about that, educate me because that's my understanding of it. I could very well be wrong. And then lastly, you have the stereo enhance, which is, so with the stereo enhance, with everything on here, this is it without the Master Desk plugin. The volume is going to be very quiet. So yeah, it just brings it all together in such like a nice way. But if I'm doing like, if I'm doing an ad, if I'm scoring for a commercial, I usually just put Ozone 9 on it and call it a day because there have been projects where there have been like 14 revisions and you can't always get everything perfect with your mastering chain. So Ozone 9 will do the job. All right, I'm gonna read a couple more comments and then we're gonna call it, guys. I'm sleepy. Oh my God, there's so many more comments. I love you guys so much. Should I always be adding a double to my guitar and pan it instead of just one guitar strumming? You should not always do anything to one degree. I think just experiment with it and see what you like and see what the song calls for. Be adding a double to my guitar and pan it instead of just one guitar. Yeah, just try doubling it. And if you like it, it works. Yeah, can you do the stream over again? I missed it for 70 minutes. Keith, for you, because you were like one of the OG Creator Kitchen members. Anything for you. Is super saw like a sound but more super? Hell yeah, I love that comment. All right. Should I be copy and pasting my double or actually re-recording it with the same strumming pattern and chords? Alex, that is a great question. You should re-record it, because if you just make a copy of a copy, it's the same thing. It doesn't really do the doubling. The magic of doubling is because there are subtle differences. That's why like listen to old Beatles stuff. All the vocals are always doubled, and listen very closely because you hear little differences, like a voice crack or a slightly off tune note or whatever it may be. I think there's a lot of magic in, like, because there are like artificial doubling plugins you can put on there. I've never been a fan of them just because they always just sounded like choruses to me. So, but literally just copying over the same thing and doubling that's not a, like, it's not going to do anything. It's just going to make it louder because it's the same exact thing. So always record too. That's what I would recommend. Make a new project with that song. You make a new project with that song. Or are you talking about the Avicii one, Rave Time? Oh my God, I'm so far back on comments. Oh, and you guys answered it with phasing issues. Do you remember how much MasterDesk is? No, because I bought it in a bundle. I paid $100 and got like 100 plugins, and MasterDesk was one of them. With the resonance filters, so going back to MasterDesk, what are you looking for when you take frequencies out? It's mainly of how it affects the big picture. I'm not always like wanting to take frequencies out necessarily. If it sounds good as is, then just leave it as is. But I'm just looking for overall picture. Is my overall low end muddy? What needs to be taken out of it? Yeah, I don't like using the resonance filters too much on it, but I'm just looking for, does it make the overall picture sound nicer? That's like as simple as I think. Okay. Hi, Trev. I need to change the BPM of the music in the middle. How do you do this smoothly? So when you say you need to change the BPM of music in the middle, are you saying like you have one BPM that you stuck to and your song slows down the BPM? Or do you want to change the overall BPM of your song? That's the question I have for you. Yes, in Studio One too, but I want it to sound natural. Okay, so yeah, you're talking about a like a natural slowdown. So let me get back in Logic real quick. This will be the last thing I do, and then I'm gonna call it a night, guys. So I'm sure you can do this in Studio One, but in Logic, you can automate the tempo. So what you do is you just find your place to start. So I'll double click here. Will I not double click? Oh, am I missing something? Oh, okay, here it is. I just had to be off of it. So you just click, and then let's say by 33, I want it to decrease by 20 BPM. You just click here, drag this down, then take this point and make it as a curve. So now when you do your tempo, it gradually gets slower. Oh, you need to increase it. Oh, then just go the other way. So we're here, bam, you just go the other way. See? And that's actually, who did I see? Bold move, see Vastbard. You say that's a bold move. I'm trying to remember what producer I saw a video of, and they were talking about it, but all of they're a pop producer. all of their songs increases by 1 BPM in the chorus. It's, oh my God. It's Dua Lipa's producer. Who is that? What's his name? He's super famous. Anyway, he actually will increase the tempo in the chorus by 1 BPM to make it feel more alive. And I think that is so cool. I wish I did that more. Because it's like little things like that. Like you don't have to. No, it wasn't Jack Antonoff. It was someone else. Ian Kirkpatrick? Is that who it is? I don't know. You guys can throw names at me. I don't think I'm gonna know. Now you're just making up names. Who is that? You're just making names up. Do you have any tips to write lyrics? Says Ty. I don't. Does 1 PM really change the feel that much? I'll come back to the lyric one. It was not me, no. Einstein, guys, shut up. Stop it. What comment was I about to answer? Oh, does it really change the feel that much? Yes. It was like, you don't actually acknowledge that it changes 1 BPM, but after he mentioned it and you really listen to the transitions, yeah, it really sounded that different. God, I wish I could remember. My sources are weak right now, but I promise you, it was that much of a difference. All right, I'm just yapping at this point. Let me go back to this one comment about, do I have tips to write lyrics? Someone asked that earlier. I mentioned really the only thing that helped me is to find things that are relevant to me. And if you try to write something that necessarily you don't resonate with anymore, or that doesn't really relate to you, it's going to be hard to write about that. So spend some time with yourself. Do things that aren't music related. See what you enjoy. See the things that you notice outside of music. And find those little things that you relate to, because then you'll start to write songs that relate specifically to you, which other people will resonate with. But I'm a horrible songwriter, so I don't have too much advice there. It is a subtle, the one BPM, it's a subtle vibey thing. Luke, I'm so sorry. I'm actually like finishing up. I started at 6, but I will be doing this next week. Everybody explain to Luke, well, no, I'll explain it. In this song that we made, we're going to do a communal group chant or group vocal at the end of this little bit right here. Am I not showing my screen? Oh, I am, okay. There's gonna be a 6-second vocal rise. We're all gonna do it. So feel free to DM me on Instagram, just a vocal sample of everybody, no, not of everybody, of you doing the vocal rise. So for 6 seconds. Guys, can you tell that I'm really tired of streaming and that this actually took a lot of energy? I really thought you were gonna say the BPM increases by 1 every second. Oh, no. It's just one little thing. Oh, yeah. So it's making music on lines points, but going from verses at 90 BPM and choruses at 110 is a big difference. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, just like that one little BPM difference. So like from 90 to 91, etc. Luke, you don't have to be sorry for getting here late. You're fine. I appreciate you sticking by. Go back and rewatch it. The replay will be available. I hope there's something to learn from it. Vast Bard says, I'm not a horrible songwriter. It's okay. When I say that, I'm not like a boo-hoo. I'm a bad songwriter. I'm more of like, I recognize things that I'm better at and things that I'm not good at. It's like my pride is in production. I do take pride in production, but when it comes to the lyrics, like, it's okay. I don't have to be good at that. Have you ever seen a Zeppelin time? Jeez, I can't talk, guys. I'm sorry. Have you ever seen a Zeppelin tempo map? It's all over the place. Oh, 100%. That's like any band that I've ever played with. If we've done Black Dog, as soon as we start rehearsing it, we realize, hey, maybe we shouldn't do this song because no one can get the tempo down for that. Do we need a good mic for this? No, not at all. You could just record with your phone. It'll get the job done. Record with whatever is in your means. And if it's not on a Neumann U87, I don't want it. Kidding, of course. Okay, yeah, I'll end it on this one last question from Luke. So before this is done, what's the status on the album and Spotify stuff if you want to share? So if those of you who maybe joined after I mentioned this, but I am taking the older completed songs from videos that aren't necessarily like my artistry. It's just songs that are made. Probably this song that we made this evening will continue to be developed and put on this album. But the album is going to be called Songs from the Internet, Volume 1. And it's going to be specifically the YouTube stuff. And then right now in my current video series, I'm working on an actual artist project that I feel passionate about, that I resonate with. It's called Good Things Take Time. Both of those are still being worked on. I do way too many things in my creative projects, and I need to slow myself down with what I do. So I'm not really putting timelines on things. It's just when it's done, it'll be on Spotify, it'll be on Apple, whatever you used to listen to music to. You guys will know. You will not be left in the dark. But at this rate, maybe by March, both albums will be done. Who knows? But no, this was really fun. Let's get the lo-fi back. Let's get the vibes back in here. I don't ever like want to just sound like I'm just throwing gratitude left and right, but I really do appreciate you guys tuning in and you guys watching videos, joining live streams, sending me the best messages I've ever gotten in my life. If you don't know what I did in music before this, I was a live musician and I wanted to be a solo artist, and I wanted my music to be known to people. And what I have here is better than anything I ever worked for in the past, however many years I've been pursuing music professionally. And this is cool. I really enjoy what we have. This is really cool. And I'm very grateful for you guys. So I just want to say thank you. But yeah. Appreciate you guys. So I'll shoot an announcement next week for the next live stream. My Creator Kitchen people who are in here, I owe you some content, including a MIDI drum workshop that has been highly requested. That is next on my list. This will be a live event, I hope. I might do pre-recorded, but it'll probably be live so I can answer questions, but it'll be a live workshop. This will be in February. Again, I owe my Creator Kitchen this because it's probably one of the things I get asked about the most. So, not trying to plug here, but if you want to join the live event, join the Creator Kitchen. We'll go over it. I'll answer all of your MIDI drumming questions. And if you don't want to become a member, that is fine. I'll probably sell the on-demand video for those of you who want to learn from what we all collectively learned. But you can also join the Creator Kitchen, like I said. That would be awesome. But thank you guys. I appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next live stream. Bye.